was meeting lawyers. Another insisted she was cutting a deal for a tell-all streaming documentary. Every whisper became a headline, every rumor another log on the algorithmic bonfire. Then came Lamine Yamal's moment, a brief post-match interview that flipped the internet upside down again. Asked about the clip, he paused for an eternity before saying, "Sometimes what hurts most isn't the lie, it's the doubt." Cue heartbreak. That one poetic sentence spread like digital wildfire, remixed, subtitled, and scored with melancholic piano music. Within hours, it had 10 million views. The story wasn't about cheating anymore, it was about betrayal, heartbreak, and manipulation. And just when everyone thought the plot had peaked, a new twist dropped. A YouTuber famous for debunking hoaxes uploaded a forensic takedown of both clips, the original and echo witnesses. Shadows didn't match. Reflections shifted. Frame timing was off. His theory? None of this was organic. It was an experiment, a live test to see how fast outrage could spread when it played your emotions instead of your logic. As he summed it up, it's not about who's in the video. It's about who profits from the chaos. The conspiracy theory didn't just spread, it detonated. People began spotting eerie coincidences, hashtags boosted by bot-like accounts, news outlets copy-pasting the exact same phrasing, and influencers mysteriously posting the footage seconds before it went viral. It started to look less like chaos and more like choreography. But if this whole circus was staged, who was bold or foolish enough to risk their entire career to pull it off? That night, Nicki Nicole's socials flickered back to life. No tearful notes app apology, no clarification, just a black screen with white text. Every act needs a director. Boom. Instant internet meltdown. Fans went feral with interpretations. Some said she was exposing manipulation. Others claimed she was mocking everyone who doubted her. Theories piled on top of theories until truth itself felt like a glitch. Meanwhile, Peso Pluma's label jumped in with a sterile, lawyer-approved statement denying any role in fabricated material. The wording was so cold it practically needed subtitles. Minutes later, Lamine Yamal unfollowed Nicki. Screenshots of that act alone became front-page news. Welcome to the era of digital theater, where a single unfollow counts as a plot twist. By midnight, the narrative had mutated again. It wasn't about a clip anymore, it was about control. Nicki, the enigma. Peso, the accused. Lamine, the silent martyr. And above them all, the invisible puppeteer, the leaker, pulling strings from the shadows. Then, at 11:59 p.m., the grand finale. One last tweet from Echo Witness. Just 3 words, "You're watching Act 2, and then, nothing. The account vanished. No follow-up, no trace. Just silence. Calculated, deafening silence. The kind that feels less like an ending and more like a warning. And that's when it hit everyone. This wasn't a scandal anymore. It was a show. A scripted, viral, all-consuming performance. And every person watching was part of the cast. By dawn, Echo Witness was everywhere. No one knew who or what they were, yet everyone claimed insider knowledge. News anchors labeled it a hacker collective. Fan pages swore it was one of Nicki Nicole's old friends seeking revenge. Others, leaning full sci-fi, argued it wasn't human at all, just an algorithm designed to weaponize outrage. Every version sounded possible, because no one could prove a thing. The only evidence left behind? That final, haunting tweet, "You're watching Act 2. It became the internet's new religion. Within hours, the digital detectives mobilized. Reddit threads multiplied like bacteria, overflowing with theories, timelines, and forensic breakdowns. One user claimed our Echo Witness traced to Argentina. Another insisted the IP pinged from Madrid. A few claimed it hopped countries every few minutes like a ghost laughing through code. Then came the twist that flipped the narrative again. Screenshots showing the account existed weeks before the scandal broke. Meaning this chaos wasn't spontaneous, it was engineered. Meanwhile, the mainstream press tried to reclaim control, but every headline only made people trust them less. Facts were boring now. Patterns were addictive. YouTubers became prophets. TikTok sleuths turned the mystery into an orgy. They slowed Nicki's interviews frame by frame, hunting for secret messages. One viral breakdown insisted her last music video was a prophecy, flashing cameras, masks, mirrors. "She warned us this was coming," the creator declared with cinematic gravitas. We just didn't listen. Nicki Nicole's silence wasn't absence anymore. It was art. Her account stayed blacked out, except for small, razor-sharp moves, liking an old tweet from months ago, following an obscure experimental filmmaker, unarchiving a single post that read, "Watch closely." Every click felt choreographed, every silence deliberate. She wasn't dodging the chaos, and she was directing it. Fans rebranded her instantly, the digital phantom. The woman who vanished from the spotlight only to manipulate it from the shadows. Meanwhile, Peso Pluma was running out of exits. His team's denials were crisp but useless. Every statement just fed the conspiracy beast. Old photos resurfaced, showing him on set with camera crews, all with the same lighting, the same moody aesthetic as the leaked clip. Half the internet screamed, "Marketing stunt." The rest whispered, "Setup." And then there was Lamine Yamal, the quiet casualty. He posted nothing, said nothing, and that nothing became everything. His silence earned him sainthood in the court of public opinion. To the masses, he was the one honest man left in a world gone synthetic. Then the story took a darker turn. A journalist digging into Echo Witness received an encrypted email, subject line, "The Project." Inside, a list of names, timestamps, and account references, all tied together by a single repeated phrase, Operation Mirror. Seconds later, the email self-deleted. The journalist barely posted screenshots before their account vanished into thin air. Operation Mirror exploded across social media. No one knew if it was a hoax, a leak, or the blueprint of a live digital experiment unraveling in real time. As chaos reached boiling point, another clip surfaced, briefly on a forgotten video hosting site before it was scrubbed. This one looked like behind-the-scenes footage. Nicki in front of a mirror, camera flashes, a voice calling, "Action." And faintly from the shadows, a man saying, "They'll believe what they want to believe." The timestamp? The exact minute the original scandal clip dropped days before. Coincidence, or proof the entire performance had been scripted to perfection? And that's when the internet cannibalized itself. Everyone turned on everyone. Former die-hard Nicki Nicole defenders now called her manipulative. Others insisted she was the mastermind, exposing the public's obsession with fake outrage. One commentator nailed it with a single line that defined the chaos. "If this is fake, it's genius. If it's real, it's terrifying. Either way, we're the ones being played." That quote became gospel, plastered on news tickers and headlines across the globe. By the third night, the digital breakdown hit maximum voltage. Copycat Echo Witness accounts infested every platform, each claiming to drop the final truth. One promised a last file. Another swore they had deleted messages between Nicki, Peso Pluma, and Lamine Yamal. None of it was proven, but no one cared. The illusion of truth had officially become stronger than truth itself. The audience wasn't chasing answers anymore, they were chasing the rush. Then came midnight, and Nicki's return. A sudden Instagram live. The screen was black. You could hear breathing. Then she appeared, calm, unreadable, eyes locked dead on the lens. No tears, no meltdown, just control. "You wanted the truth?" she said evenly. "You already helped create it." The comments went nuclear. Hearts, fire emojis, question marks, a digital riot. But Nicki wasn't finished. Echo Witness was never one person, she continued. It's everyone who shared without thinking. Everyone who picked a side without knowing. You became the echo. Then, with the faintest smirk, she ended the stream. Silence. The audience finally realized the show wasn't over. They were in it. The internet froze. Was Nicki Nicole confessing to the grand design, or just dropping one last riddle to mess with everyone's minds? Within minutes, her accounts went black again. Peso Pluma posted a single broken heart emoji, dramatic, cryptic, and instantly viral. Lamine Yamal hit unfollow on everyone connected to the chaos. News anchors dubbed it the digital ending that revealed nothing. But deep down, everyone knew. This wasn't the end. The scandal had outgrown its creators. Echo Witness? Gone. Or maybe it was never one thing at all. It had replicated, multiplied, living now in every repost, every reaction, every self-appointed detective still trying to decode the undecodable. The scandal had stopped being about Nicki, Peso, or Lamine. It was about us. The audience. The craving. The endless echo chamber where rumor becomes reality simply because we can't stop refreshing, and just when the noise began to fade, a new account surfaced on X, one line pinned at the top. You watched Act 2. Are you ready for Act 3? Cut to black. Glitch sound, text appears on screen. The camera fades, but the story doesn't. Somewhere out there, another account is waiting. Another clip, another truth ready to be twisted, leaked, and consumed. Because at this point, the question isn't what happened. It's why we keep watching. If you've made it this far, you already know. This was never just about Nicki, or Peso, or Lamine. It's about all of us. How easily we buy the lie, how fast we judge, how we buy the lie, how fast we judge, how You thought the internet had witnessed every scandal imaginable? Oh honey, not even close. At 2:17 a.m., a mysterious, jittery, heartbreak in HD clip appeared out of nowhere. Blurry, messy, and absolutely lethal. Within minutes, it was everywhere. The headline? Nicki Nicole caught cheating on Lamine Yamal with Peso Pluma. By sunrise, the video had blasted past 1 million views, and the digital world was officially split in two. One side screamed, "Betrayal!" while the other whispered, "Deep fake." No one had a clue where the footage came from. No watermark, no metadata, no traceable source. Just 21 chaotic seconds that flipped 3 entire careers upside down. Fans zoomed, cropped, and analyzed every pixel like unpaid detectives. Was that really Nicki's voice? Was that Peso standing beside her? Or a masterfully rendered illusion? And the real question, why now? Right after Nicki mysteriously disappeared from social media. Maybe it wasn't timing. Maybe it was strategy. Because if this wasn't an accident, it means one thing. This wasn't a scandal, it was a signal. The video didn't just break the internet, it straight up shattered it into digital dust. Within 60 minutes of upload, the clip had already multiplied like chaos on caffeine, plastered across TikTok, X, and Reddit thousands of times. Comments flew faster than thumbs could scroll. "Proof at last!" one screamed. "This is AI!" another cried. The algorithm devoured it greedily, spitting it into millions of feeds belonging to people who didn't even know who Nicki Nicole or Lamine Yamal were, until now. And right in the middle of this circus, the one voice everyone wanted, Nicki's, stayed absolutely silent. The clip? A blink and gasp, 21 seconds, completely mute. A woman who looked unmistakably like Nicki, standing dangerously close to Peso Pluma in some dim backstage corner. They laughed, leaned in, and then came that frame, the maybe kiss that detonated timelines everywhere. Then poof! The footage cut off like the cameraman suddenly remembered self-preservation. It was too intimate, too believable, and that's exactly why the world couldn't look away. Within hours, the internet turned into a full-blown detective agency. Fans slowed it down, zoomed in, dissected pixels like CSI interns on espresso. Earrings matched. Tattoos debated. Nail art cross-referenced. Some swore it was identical. Others called the lighting fake and the smiles mechanical. But who cared about logic? The fire was already roaring. By sunrise, hashtags like Nicki caught, Peso leak, and Lamine heartbreak were trending harder than heartbreak itself. Meanwhile, the media was sprinting like gossip-starved hyenas trying to catch the scent. Every tabloid, blog, and bargain basement news page wanted its slice of the madness. Unverified clip shows Nicki Nicole in scandalous backstage moment, one headline gasped. Another practically screamed, "Lamine betrayed? Internet explodes over viral footage." But for all the noise, no one had answers. The source? Vanished. The uploader? Gone in 10 minutes flat. All that was left was a smoking crater of confusion, conspiracy, and caffeine-fueled speculation. Nicki's team? Radio silence. No denial, no PR statement, no carefully worded, "We're looking into it." And that quiet? Pure gasoline. The less she said, the guiltier she looked. Someone unearthed an old clip of her saying, "I don't owe explanations to anyone," and suddenly it was treated like a courtroom confession. Meanwhile, Peso Pluma's fans went to digital war, half calling Nicki manipulative, the other half painting Peso as the mastermind. Comment sections turned into gladiator arenas, breakup songs became memes, and what was once private now belonged to the mob. By midday, the vultures found fresh meat, a so-called exclusive from a desperate online music mag, claiming the video was real but misleading. That phrase became the scandal's new anthem. Mysterious, maddening, meme-worthy. Real but misleading? What even was that supposed to mean? Was the clip authentic or just Oscar-level fakery? And if it was misleading, who was the victim? Nicki, Peso, or the truth itself? Theories spiraled. Maybe it was ancient footage, maybe an unreleased collab, or maybe, just maybe, it was a carefully planned digital takedown. Then someone spotted it, the kind of detail that turns a scandal into a horror movie. In the reflection of a dusty backstage mirror, there it was, a faint figure holding what looked like a camera. The shape was blurry, but that baseball cap and jacket? Too clear to ignore. Instantly, a new theory was born. Whoever filmed this wasn't supposed to. Commentators dubbed it the ghost in the scandal. Some said it was a setup. Others whispered it was betrayal from inside Nicki's own camp. Either way, the internet had its next obsession. Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal's socials exploded like a heartbreak volcano. His comments were flooded with broken hearts and snake emojis. He didn't delete a single one. Didn't post, didn't explain, just silence. And that silence? Louder than any denial. The world collectively decided he'd seen the clip. And believed it. His team's only statement, no comment at this time. Translation? Guilty verdict delivered by Wi-Fi court. Then came Nicki's eerie comeback. A blink and you miss it 30-second Instagram live. No one recorded it, but witnesses claimed the same haunting image. Nicki in the dark, half her face lit, whispering something just before the screen went black. Some swore she said, "It's not what it looks like." Others insisted it was, "They planned this." Either way, the mystery deepened. Theories spiraled like wildfire. Was she the villain? The victim? Or just the latest casualty of a plot her fans were already calling? Day 8. And yet, through all the digital screaming, one burning question refused to die. Where did this cursed clip even come from? The metadata? Scrubbed cleaner than a politician's past. The original file vanished. Every copy online was a recycled, re-uploaded ghost, passed through so many filters and fan accounts that tracing the source was like chasing smoke. That mystery was the real fuel. It wasn't about what people saw anymore. It was about what they couldn't. By midnight, the drama had mutated from scandal to full-blown cultural obsession. News anchors suddenly spoke like philosophers, asking if this was the end of celebrity privacy. Tech experts coined buzzwords like synthetic scandal to sound relevant, claiming truth and fiction had officially merged. But the internet? The internet didn't care about philosophy. It wanted blood. It wanted confession. It wanted the next drop. Nicki Nicole? Silent as a locked iPhone. Peso Pluma posted cryptic betrayal lyrics that set fandoms on fire. Lamine Yamal unfollowed them both, the digital equivalent of a breakup announcement. And somewhere between those 21 cursed seconds, the truth, whatever it was, kept dissolving pixel by pixel. By sunrise, the circus had reached peak hysteria. News channels, podcasts, and fan-run investigative pages treated the clip like it was evidence from a national crime scene. Analysts live-streamed their pixel-by-pixel dissections with dramatic pauses and fake gravitas. "This isn't just gossip," one anchor declared with Oscar-worthy sincerity. "This is proof that a single video can destroy a life in under 24 hours. The quote went viral, of course, because by now every breath about Nicki Nicole wasn't news. It was content. Peso Pluma finally broke his silence, but oh, not how anyone pictured it. No crying notes app apology, no PR damage control. Just one story, a photo of him mid-performance. Mic in hand, spotlight blazing, captioned, "The truth sings louder than lies." Simple, mysterious, detonating. Within seconds, his DMs turned into a war zone. Some fans called it a confession, others called it shade at Nicki Nicole. Theories multiplied faster than retweets, and the story mutated into 100 chaotic timelines. Then, boom. At 10:43 a.m., an anonymous Twitter account called Echo Witness dropped a thread that sent the internet into cardiac arrest. The first post read, "You've seen the clip they want you to see. Now watch what they cut." Attached was a 12-second video, same setting but cleaner lighting, different angle. It rolled a few seconds longer, just enough to change everything. Instead of ending on that suspicious almost kiss, it showed Peso stepping back, laughing, pointing off screen. In the faint background, a voice muttered, "Cut it there! We'll reshoot." The implication landed like a grenade. This wasn't a secret hookup. It was a shoot. A project. Maybe a video, maybe an ad, maybe something bigger. And instantly, the question flipped from, did Nicki cheat? To who leaked this and why slice it at the most scandalous frame? The internet didn't just react, it imploded. But of course, not everyone bought the so-called redemption clip. The skeptics came in hot, claiming it was just another carefully edited fake made to scrub Nicki Nicole's name clean. You can edit anything these days, one viral comment sneered. They're just rewriting the script. And then the internet noticed something chilling. The mysterious account Echo Witness had been created only the night before. Profile picture, a dull gray circle. Bio? None. Followers? 0. Yet somehow, that thread went viral instantly, like someone invisible was holding the megaphone. Nicki, meanwhile, stayed ghost-level silent, but now it didn't feel accidental. It felt strategic. Journalists camping outside her place swore the lights stayed on till 3 a.m. One claimed lights stayed on till 3 a.m. One claimed she